Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here, and we are going to be taking a first look at the SPB111J1. I believe that's the reference number. This is the green enamel dialed Seiko Presage, and it's a pretty nice one. We have a slightly different case to the usual enamel dialed Presages, or even the porcelain dialed Presage, the Arita porcelain dialed. It seems like the dial is a bit bigger. I did hold the enamel dial Presage, or the white enamel original enamel Presage next to this one, and there was something different about it. And this does wear a bit bigger as well. So there seems to be something different done to it. The really interesting part of this watch, as is the case with most Seikos, would be the dial, and it's a dial that's really hard to capture on camera. It has many different colors, and that's almost a cliche now. A lot of dials appear different in different lights, and that seems to be something the industry is going towards. But this really does have very different looks to it. Sometimes it might look olive drab, other times it'll look like a deep lush green. So it's an interesting dial, and as is the case with enamel dialed Seikos, we have a handmade enamel dial, so you get to see all the imperfections there. If I reflect it on that light, you'll see what appears to be puddles. Almost, it just looks wet, and it does thin out at the date aperture, and I believe that is because the date is cut. The aperture is cut before the enameling is done. The fire enameling is done, and so it does thin out. But I think I've grown to kind of like that weird quirk about these enamel dials. I have my calipers here. I can quickly do some measurements. Got 40. The official number is 40.5 millimeter diameter, but I'm getting around 40. The lug width is 20 millimeters, and the lug to lug is 47. So it wears pretty well. It does wear a bit big, especially compared to the other enamel dials, as I mentioned before. Let's put it on the wrist. What I'm wearing right now is a Grand Seiko SPB111J1, the cream dialed. It's on a Hirsch strap with a Seiko deployant. Very similar, or almost the same actually. Probably the same deployant. The deployant I got from the enamel dial, the white enamel dialed Seiko Presage. So I really do like this deployant. Works well for my wrist. So as you can tell, it is a bigger watch for my wrist. And to be honest, I didn't really like this dial at first. I didn't really like the green at first, but it grew on me pretty quickly. The indices are pretty interesting. I can't figure out if they're applied or if they're painted on. I have a feeling they're applied, but they do have a sparkle in some lights. that made me think that they were painted on and raised up. But I believe they're applied. I can't seem to find any documentation saying either or. The deployment is really nice. The new Alpinist, the 2020 Alpinist, actually comes with a deployment similar to this, but it is a lot worse than this deployment clasp. So much so that I actually returned the 2020 Alpinist. It's actually a really cheap feeling. So anyway, this has been the Seiko Presage SPB111J1, the green enamel dial. Probably hear my daughter in the background. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.